Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Wa Rakaha Kwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which are the man that taught me the 100% truth according to the law and the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. And speaking about the testimony of Yahweh Shai, yesterday around 10 in the morning, 10:08, 10:09 to be exact, there was an earthquake here in Babylon the Great, Southern California. And my testimony of the earthquake that I experienced, because I've experienced many earthquakes, especially here in Cali, throughout my lifetime, around, I'll say maybe like 7, 8 earthquakes. There was one about 14 years ago, during this month also of April, around the Eastern Babylonian holiday, which was around 7.2. That one was different, but this one here, it felt like an angel was sprinting down the hallway, man. So, when I was, woke up in the morning and I did my, my morning stretches, morning routine, and I was in the living room and I heard somebody sprinting down the hallway, man, before everything started shaking. In my mind, first I thought it was a neighbor, sprinting down the hallway. But hey, that's impossible, man. You gotta be super, more than superhuman to be able to run down the hallway, at around like 70, 100 miles per hour or even faster, man. Not only that, but, there's no way a human being can, run that fast and have steps of an elephant. There's no way. So, when I was, stretching before everything started shaking, first I thought it was the neighbor, but then as the sprinting started going faster, in my mind I was like, hey, man, that could be an angel of the Lord, or a spirit, sprinting down the hallway. So after, in my mind, in my spirit, I truly believe that was an angel. And I'm going to prove that in scripture, an example of how an angel can cause an earthquake. So after the angel sprinted down the hallway, it sounded like about to make a noise. It's like, like kind of like an anime sprint, man. And when the anime character sprints, brothers might see Naruto or Avatar: The Last Airbender. When they make that sprint, or even Dragon Ball Z, they make that sprint, it leaves like a dust. Well, that dust that they left, that's what caused the earthquake, the presence, right? So after that angel went down the hallway, that's when everything started shaking, man. See? And that's when I received this message: earthquake detected, drop, cover, hold on. Hey, to hell with that, man. Drop, cover, hold on. Hey, protect yourself. And this is a false alert, man. It's a true alert, but false in terms of you can't really save yourself from an earthquake, man. Hey, the Lord got to be with you. There's accounts where, people, they drop, cover, whatever, and they still get put to death, man. So really, the angel of the Lord is the one that protects. But real quick, this earthquake, it went viral, here in San Diego. Like I said, I've felt more intense earthquakes, but like I said, this one was different, because in my spirit, man, it felt like, hey, first and foremost, of course, because the neighbors, I live across, the hallway from neighbors, so it couldn't be them, but then I was like, man, it could have been an angel, see. And let me get a scripture to prove that the angels could cause an earthquake, man. Matthew 28:1. In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. Yeah, they tried to see the Lord, man. This is the account of Yahweh Shai's, I believe it was 3 days and 3 nights where after he was put to death, he then resurrected from the dead. Okay, out of that sepulcher that was, it was inside of this cave. It says, verse 2, and behold, there was a great earthquake. You see, it started shaking. For the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it. So, man, so the angel, he came down from a chariot, down from the heavens, and then there was what? A great earthquake. So angels, man, could cause an earthquake. So I believe, man, that this earthquake, because Esau also has his own forms of earthquakes. There's different, if brothers want to, matter of fact, let me, types of earthquakes. There's a tectonic, volcanic, collapse, and explosion. Okay, there's different types of earthquakes, Akim. See, and the one that, let me see, normal fault, reverse fault, it could have been a strike, slip, fault, earthquake. Because it moved like I said, like somebody was sprinting down the hallway, man. And it felt very, very beautiful, man. Like it was majestic. That's the word. Okay, Akim don't know what the word majestic is. Okay, majestic. It was very impressive, man. Beautiful, yeah. A majestic figure or a majestic king. Nature, a majestic mountain range. Etymology, greatness, honor, excellence, man. Yeah, like the way the angel ran down the hallway. It was like out of a movie, man. So here I have a picture. I try to Google, angel sprinting down the hallway. Or shit, not even that. He probably was just, flying. Yeah, that was your palm, man. But, the angels don't look like this, though. These are like just some ignorant images, but the closest image would be kind of like this one right here. See that? But yeah, right here it says, behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it. His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. Yeah, man, so the angels have spiritual powers. This is an overview from the King James Version. It says that the Bible mentions earthquakes in several passages, often associated with divine judgment or as signs of impending events, particularly in the end times. You see, so hey, just last week, man, there was an earthquake out there with the tribe of Simeon, República Dominicana, man. So that earthquake, that's an example of judgment, but also it's a sign of impending events, of what's to come, man. Esau's empire's systematically and rapidly collapsing, and the Lord is not only collapsing his economy via the stock market and the tariffs and damaging consumer goods and all these prophecies, man, but he's also doing it in terms of earthquakes. It says Luke 21:11 speaks of great earthquakes alongside famines and pestilences. Matthew 24:7 describes earthquakes in diverse places as part of the beginning of sorrows, man. So, hey, we're going to start feeling more earthquakes, man, as Yahushua approaches. Okay, one more to close it down. This is Ezra's 9:3. Second Ezra's 9:3 speaks about before Yahushua comes back. It's going to be what? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then you will understand that the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahushua spake through who? The prophets of the things to come, of the things from the days that were before you, even from the beginning. For like as all is made in the world has a beginning and the end is manifest, man. So, the end of Esau's kingdom is coming to an end. This is Second Ezra 6-9. For Esau is the end of the world. Yeah, end of an era, an empire, man, a wicked empire. So once this devil goes down, man, the Israelites, they're next. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. In the kingdom, man, there ain't gonna be no earthquakes. We ain't gonna be in our, inside our golden, castle or golden, kingdom, and then Akim are gonna sit down, having a feast, and then there's a 7.0 earthquake, and everybody out there panicking, man. No, that's gonna happen in the kingdom. In the kingdom, there's gonna be no earthquakes, man. See, it's gonna be a peace. You see, because what an earthquake does, it takes away your peace. You don't know if there's gonna be another aftershock. You're out there, looking around your surroundings. You don't know if you're in the 10th building and 10th story building, and you might think it's gonna collapse, man. All these things, all these are curses, actually, man. Thinking about stuff like that. So in the kingdom, that's gonna be the beginning of peace, man. Okay, but the end of wickedness is coming to an end. But before that happens, man, there has to be sorrows, earthquakes, famines. But yeah, Akim, just my testimony. It felt like an angel was sprinting down the hallway, man. So I thought it was your pa. With that, I want to say shalom.